Hi. Today's practice is for those of you who need to reduce a little bit of anxiety, feel healing in your bodies. Whether it's emotional healing, mental healing, or physical healing. This practice is for you. So if you're not in comfy clothes, and I mean socks, sweatpants, something really loose and comfy as a top, maybe a sweatshirt. If you don't have a blanket and some pillows nearby, go ahead and pause the video and get all that together and come back. Okay, close your eyes. Sit up with your sits bones grounded into your mat. Sit up nice and tall and bring your shoulders down and back. The first thing I want you to do is scan your body. Notice where you might be holding tension, maybe even pain, and let it be. Don't try to change it, just let it be. As you inhale, bring your breath into your belly, your ribs, your chest. Hold. And as you exhale, sigh it out. Physically sigh your body with that sigh. Big breath in, belly, ribs, chest fill with air. Hold. 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 And sigh it out. Good. One more time. Breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold. Sigh it out. Good. Bring your right hand to your hip crease, your left hip crease. Bring your left hand overhead. Really reach tall and then reach over to the right. Both sits bones grounded. Relax your head. Deep inhales and exhales. Giving yourself the gift of healing, of reducing anxiety. And back to center. Change sides. Left hand to the inside of your right hip joint. Right hand up and over. Press down to reach up, to reach over. Inhale, reach, exhale, release a little bit. Inhale, reach, exhale, back to center. Bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana. Sit up tall. Let your legs release as much as they will. Press your feet together. Bring your chin to your chest. And back up. Chin to chest. Let your head drop. Shoulders down and back. Bring your head back up. Reach for your feet. If you reach your feet, go ahead and start massaging them. If you don't reach your feet, massage your ankles, your calves, the insides of your legs, wherever you reach. And then I want you to come forward with a flat back as far as you can. And then once you get to your place where that's it, then round your back. Press into your sits bones, press into your feet, flex your toes, relax your upper body. Let your head hang down. You can take your hands and really give yourself a massage at your neck. So many options. You can take your arms underneath your ankles and reach forward. Maybe get a little bit more of a release. That's my favorite. Do what feels good for you. And then slowly as you can, roll back up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your toes back towards your face. Press your heels into your mat. Reach your arms for the sky. Draw your shoulders down and back. Reach up again. And same thing, flat back, flat back, flat back. Send your hips back, flat back, and then round. Maybe grab the outsides of your feet. Maybe grab your legs. Maybe grab your thighs. Let your head relax. Let your legs be awake. Forward folds are really comforting, nurturing. Allow this to happen. Just roll your head down. It's funny because when you're feeling anxious, sometimes the hardest things to do is to be still. It's also the best thing to do. So hang with me. Roll your head down. Oh, let it go. Good. Come on back to a seat nice and slowly. Let's get any hip tension out of there. Half pigeon. Right leg forward. Toes flexed. Left leg back. Try to get so that you can see me. There we go. There's those pillows we're waiting to use. Matter of fact, it might be nice to grab a pillow and let your forehead rest on it. Yeah, it does feel good. Flex your front toes. Allow your right hip to fall down onto your mat, or grab another pillow or grab that one and place your hip, that maybe it's not on the mat, place your hip on the pillow and release. For more surrender, for more healing, for less anxiety, try putting your palms face up. Acknowledge any tension you feel in your hip and send your breath to that spot. Not trying to get it to go away, but just allowing it to be there, and watch how it might magically start to move around a little bit. Okay, come up. Release your right leg any way that you need to. It's nice to just lengthen it, circle it, whatever works for you. Other side. Again, use the pillow under your forehead or use it underneath your hip. Just allow yourself to release. And palms up. Surrender. Flex your front toes. Breathe into the sensations that you feel in your body and then breathe them out. Not only will this time on your mat help you to reduce your anxiety, it'll also allow you to be there for others. When you feel better, you're there for others. Better. I'm getting relaxed, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, come on up. Slowly. Stretch out your left leg. Move your hips around. Do whatever you need to just let that side go. And then make your way onto your back. Place your pillow if you have it, and don't worry if you don't. This is about reducing anxiety, not creating it. Lie down on your pillow if you have it. Grab your blanket if you have it and really wrap up. Bring your feet together underneath your blanket in Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your legs fall out. Put your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. Melt your upper back into your mat. Again, belly breath, ribs, chest fill up, and then let it all go. How relaxed can you get as you continue those belly, rib, chest breaths? Fill it all up and then let it all go. You can bring your elbows down to your mat if that feels okay, to relax your arms and your upper back a little bit more. And then either keep your legs like this, or if it's starting to feel a little bit tight, go ahead and let your legs go out into a Shavasana, like a release. Let your toes flap out to the sides. And I want you to take your right arm over your left and give yourself the biggest hug you can as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Really snuggle in there. Just hug yourself. Hug and relax. Feel safe. Feel loved. Reach your arms to the sky, change hands, and hug yourself again. Unless you get too comfortable, move your pillow, move your blanket if you have them, and then come back into a child's pose. That is either, try both ways, either bring your knees together and your arms out in front of you, or bring your knees out wider and your arms out in front of you. Hip bones onto your feet. Sits bones, not hip bones. Oh, melt. With an inhale, press up to a cat pose. Round your back, lift your belly, and as you exhale, come into up dog, sort of, hips drop. And come back with your breath to cat pose and child's pose. So with your own breath, as a really gentle flow, up, cat pose, really round your back, come forward, drop your hips behind your hands. Love this. Come back up, cat pose, hips back on your heels. Again, up, round through your back, come forward, hips release, come back up, round your back, child's pose. Take your hands to the left, press into your right hip and just release here. Five deep breaths. Come back to center. Same thing on the other side. Release your hands to the right, your hips to the left. Your own pace, nice deep inhales and exhales. Come come back up to tabletop. Take your right hand to your back of your head, press into your left hand, and just open up your right elbow towards the sky. Look underneath to your right wall. And then take your arm, I've got all these props, underneath you. Palm facing up or down, shoulder to the mat, right shoulder to the mat, hips can stay up. Press into everything that's touching the floor and relax. Right ear to the mat, right shoulder to the mat. You can bring your left hand around behind you if you'd rather and just rest it on your low back. You maybe could open up just a little bit more. Come back to center. Left hand to the back of your head. Open up. And take your left arm underneath you. Left ear to the mat, left shoulder to the mat, right hand can stay out in front of you or onto your hips, your back. Hips are up high in the air. Just open up with your breath. Twister detoxifying. This is really good for your shoulders where I hold my tension and my anxiety, and maybe you do too. Back to center. And let's take puppy pose. Extend your arms out in front of you. Your hips are back over your knees. I'm getting relaxed. And then you just bring your forehead down to the mat. Really reach your fingertips out long in front of you. Release as much as you can. Reach yourself forward onto your belly. And because this is to reduce anxiety and not necessarily to go to sleep, let's come into Sphinx pose, which will wake ourselves up with a little gentle back bend. So press your hands shoulder width apart. Press into your forearms. Take your feet wide. And then just breathe here, noticing that you are bending your back. And if that feels a little bit too much, then reach your arms out in front of you and it'll be less intense. There you go. You can close your eyes. Go inside. If you want more intensity, take your arms out to the side like a seal. And this will wake you up a little bit more if you're practicing in the morning like I am and you want to go about your day. Come down. Press up to a seat and lie down on your back. Today for a spinal twist, I want you to take your feet nice and wide. Arms out to a T. Again, my props are everywhere. Relax into your mat. Allow your legs to fall to the left. Maybe take your left foot up onto your right thigh and press it down. Optional. And then your head can turn either to the right, or if that's a little more than you want, you can release to the left. This is a little more than I want, so I'm just going to release that leg. Breathe as deeply as you have breathed all day. Every exhale, preparing to relax into Shavasana, every exhale. A little bit more of a release. Back to center. And the other side, same thing. And try taking your right leg over your left if you want. I find it accessible on this side. just release. Every time you exhale, let go of something you're holding on to. Back to center. I know this is challenging to allow yourself to relax when you're feeling anxious, but just let yourself go into Shavasana. Before you fully surrender, notice the difference between how you feel now and how you felt when you started this practice. And then tighten everything up, everything tight, 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 let go. Shavasana. I would invite you to get that blanket back on yourself. And stay here as long as you can. Reaping the rewards of your reduced anxiety, your healing, your surrender. Pause the video and stay. And when you're ready to go about your day, you can restart the video, make your way to a seat. I feel better. I hope you do. Bring your hands to heart center, your thumbs to forehead center, and let's bow to each other with grace as we say, Namaste. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.